win. You're in the bro army. You're in the bro army. For life.
Glorious.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT The Game Season 1, Episode 15. As always, it is me, Mikey Bro, here on the NXT The Game Save. Colin's a little busy today, so we're going to go at it solo, and we're going to kick it off with Dakota Kai defeating NXT's hottest free agent signing in years, Tessa Blanchard, who was counted out after being attacked by Raquel Gonzalez while the back was turned by the referee and Charlotte Flair's music played and blared over the PA system. So obviously I couldn't put that information in there, but basically Tessa Blanchard was facing Dakota Kai. She got counted out thanks to Raquel Gonzalez, and obviously with Charlotte's music blaring over the Titantron, a diamond in the rough, if you will. Tessa Blanchard is having tough sledding here, starting out the gate here in NXT. The announcing quality lifted the match. It got us off to a hot start, and this is the first show of Kevin Kelly as our main announcer. Mauro Ranallo is officially on the WWE roster, and boy, oh boy, do I have lots of other call-ups happening as they go up. If they're in storylines, I will tell you after the fact, after we write them off. If you're like, hey, why'd that happen? Well, that's why that happened. But Tessa Blanchard takes the loss to Dakota Kai. After the match, the bell sounds as Dakota Kai is getting upset with the victory over Tessa Blanchard yet again, the hottest female signing in recent memory. This time thanks to Raquel Gonzalez, but more importantly thanks to Charlotte Flair's music hitting during the match. Tessa Blanchard grabs a microphone and simply says, panting, "God damn it, Charlotte. You, me, take over. I want an answer." So Tessa Blanchard, playing for the big moment, asks for Charlotte to accept her challenge at TakeOver. So we'll see what happens. Tessa drops a mic as the fans cheer. Brian Katz, "You're terrible." Tessa Blanchard struggled. Maybe I'll change our product to scripted. I don't know. All right, let's keep going here. 38. Next up, we have Jack Gallagher defeating Joaquin Wilde in 10:40 via submission. Good match, though. 52 for Wilde, 45 for Gallagher. Gallagher getting the match hotter. Hopefully Devlin was watching. It got the crowd hotter, so back-to-back strong matches. All right, next up, guys, we have a huge main event tonight with Keith Lee, the number one contender to the North American Championship, teaming with Tommaso Ciampa, take on the NXT North American Champion, Karrion Kross with Scarlett, and his partner, Damian Priest, with the returned Raven of the flock. So the Crosshair storyline has advanced. You Cannot Endure has advanced. Yeah, so we'll see where we can go from there, but should be a huge main event. 4 really good wrestlers. 37. All right, next up we get a graphic showing that next week William Regal and Charlotte, who only have 2 appearances left, will be here next week as she's expected to confirm a match with Tessa Blanchard at TakeOver. So Scarra Scott was terrible. Nothing really going on in this segment, but we did announce that Regal, will be meeting up with Tessa and Charlotte next week. Well, Charlotte, not Tessa, but next week to confirm a match with Tessa at TakeOver. All right, next up in a match that had great wrestling and a decent reaction, the Lucha House Party upsets the Grizzly Young Veterans when Metalik pins Zach Gibson with a simple Fireman's Kelly Fisherman Driver after Gibson and Drake miscommunicated. The NXT Tag Team Champions are not happy. They're not mad at each other. They're not going to break up, but they're not happy at the miscommunication. And the Lucha House Party gets the victory, 54-60, 64-54. Wow. That's right. The Lucha House Party with a victory over the Grizzly Young Veterans, and they'll probably be next in line to challenge for the championships at TakeOver just a few weeks. All right, next up, talking about if Devlin was watching, the camera sees Jordan Devlin, the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, and Jack Gallagher talking backstage, though we can't hear what's it about. So continuing to build up the Age of Devlin storyline, 44 overall. All right, next up, a video airs quickly hyping that after the surprise non-title victory, William Regal, who's a busy man, is confirming that Metalik and Lince Dorado will get their championship opportunity at the Grizzled Young Veteran NXT Tag Team Champions of James Drake and Liverpool's number 1 Zach Gibson at TakeOver in just a few weeks. So that's kind of why we went with the upset victory here, but also to push Lucha House Party a little bit. WWE's calling up a lot of our workers, and Lucha House Party is really good in ring, but they're not quite over it yet. Putting them there with the Grizzly Young Veterans who continue to impress should only help the team of the Lucha House Party. 44 overall. Alright, next up, in a match that had good wrestling and a decent reaction, Kushida defeats Tony Nese in 11:49 with the Kushida lock. Nese continues to impress. He's really like a gatekeeper for us at this point. He takes the loss here tonight against Kushida, but Kushida, while Kushida got the victory, Tony Nese is really, we're pushing Kushida here, which is great, and it's important, but Tony Nese with a super duper strong match here again with a 63 overall as NXT continues down the path towards TakeOver. Alright, next up, William Regal's in the back with Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Walk in. Dakota Kai says, Regal, I just beat your hottest free agent signing in years again for a second straight week, or a second straight match. How about giving Dakota a title shot against Rhea Ripley at TakeOver? Dakota turns the attention to Raquel Gonzalez. Regal says, I think that's a great idea, Dakota. You're on a fantastic talent and you're on one hell of a run. Dakota is now getting excited. She says, under one condition though, Raquel, you've been getting quite involved lately, so as long as we agree that you won't go to rings with Dakota so Rhea can have a fair opportunity, it's official. Dakota guy's upset and says, whoa, Regal. My girl wants to be at TakeOver as well. She's got to eat, you know. Regal nods, saying, indeed. Raquel, you will also have a match at TakeOver, to be determined. Now, please, let me get back to work. And congratulations, Dakota. You've earned it. So Regal kind of popping the crowd a little bit, kind of playing with her, with Dakota saying, yeah, man. Excuse me, I have no idea why I keep yawning. William Regal says, yeah, you know, Dakota, you've earned the shot, but Raquel's kind of been in and out. So as long as she's not at ringside, you can have your match. And Raquel, I'm not sure if it's going to be a pre-show match or a TakeOver match, but you're on the card as well. Ryan Katz is terrible. The announcing and color commentary lifted the match, and there wasn't enough interesting things going on, which is unfortunate because I thought it was pretty interesting. Speaking of interesting, next week, the Undisputed Era will be here. Bobby Fish will be here as well. I don't know what happened to Bobby Fish here, but he'll be here. So the entire Undisputed Era will be here next week. And in our massive main event, Keith Lee and Tommaso Ciampa defeat Karrion Kross and Priest when Lee pins Priest with a power slam. Karrion Kross was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's performance. Keith Lee sustained a spleen laceration, 55, 56, 53, and 42 for Ciampa, Lee, Priest, and Kross. And I mean, this is unfortunate, again with the yawn, but Lee's on pace to face Karrion Kross at NXT TakeOver. So we'll see what happens here. That's quite unfortunate. All right, let's go ahead and finish the show here tonight. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you, Sarah Amato. Oh, wonderful. All right, so a 50, lost his popularity in one region. Gallagher was slightly overused. Grand Metalik and Lindsay Dorado were used a little too much, far too much. But yeah, I'm a little bummed, man. That's a pretty big injury. So let's quickly, you can see my video still on in the corner there. It's going to be covering some things. But let's see if we can get to Keith Lee and see exactly how long he's out. I don't usually go through with a video like this, but let's go ahead and see because I'm interested. Alright, and we're going to just search up Keith Lee here because I don't want you to see who else is on my roster. Because we do have a couple surprises here. So let's see, personal information, simmering tension. Alright, where would the medical be? Cohen! See if we can get Cohen in here. Cohen usually knows these things. Cohen almost always knows these things. Out injured, spleen laceration. How do I see how long Keith Lee's out for?
You have to go to medical.
Yeah, but how do I go to medical without showing them my signings that I haven't exactly done yet?
You can't.
There's no way to see it? Nowhere else to see it?
Well, I mean, you could always edit out the others that you signed and just...
Yeah, but we're not going to do that. So, out injured, spleen laceration.
I don't know any other way.
Alright, let's go ahead and go real quick.
Wow.
Alright, Keith Lee is out for 6 days.
That's not
a big deal at all. Alright.
If it was a month or two, that's a different story.
Alright, Cohen, come here. Since Cohen helped me find it, bring us out. This is me, Mikey Bro, with Cohen Bro, wishing you a
glorious
rest of your day.